Today we're talking all about how to have epic, mind-blowing, amazing, full-body G-spot orgasms. And there's 3 specific tips that are really important for this. First is arousal, second is relaxation, third is resensitization. I'm Kiana Reeves. I'm your host here with Foria. I'm a somatic sex educator and I'm Foria's Chief Education Officer. So let's dive in. Tip number 1, or process number 1 that you need to be aware of, is arousal. So arousal is the physiological process of blood moving into your genitals. It's basically you getting turned on, but it's your body getting turned on. And what we weren't taught, which you have to know if you have a female body, is that your average time to heightened arousal, to the time that it takes blood to get into your G-spot, not just into your outer labia and into your clitoris, but into your internal erectile tissue beds, is often 20 to 40 minutes. Now the G-spot, the bed of erectile tissue that wraps around the urethra, is called the urethral sponge. It's also the G-spot. That particular area is the last bed of erectile tissue that fills up when you're getting turned on. And so arousal becomes really important if you want to experience a G-spot orgasm or an intravaginal orgasm. The second thing that you really want to focus on is relaxation. So often when we're about to experience intense climax, or we're like holding, we're gripping, we're almost there, what you're doing is actually a pattern of tension and clamping down. What you want to be able to do is relax and soften and open your body into the experience you're having. This looks like really being aware of your breath. And as you're feeling pleasure, instead of hyper focusing on it and trying to make it go somewhere, you are opening to that sensation and you're allowing it to flood your entire body like a wave does over the sand. And as this happens, the pleasure will continue to build and build and build. And it will also take the pressure off of feeling like you're getting to a goal and you can't cross it. All you need to do is relax and breathe and be with the pleasurable sensations that are happening and allow the pleasure to build and build and build. The third, and probably one of the most important and under-talked about tools at your disposal for creating incredible intravaginal orgasms, is resensitization of the tissue intravaginally. And here's why. The vaginal mucosa, the lining of the inner vulva and the vagina, they're really sensitive. They are made of mucosal membrane, just like your mouth, inside your mouth. And they can tear really easily, they can become raw really easy, they can get really sensitive to any friction-based movement. Most of us have been having sex that has been poorly lubricated or not well lubricated enough, which means there can be little tiny bits of scar tissue or areas of numbness or areas of restriction or areas inside of our vagina that aren't filling up fully as we're becoming aroused because there's constriction there. And so a process of resensitization, process is also called de-armoring, but resensitizing is bringing awareness and bringing pleasure to areas that are either numb or not feeling anything or not feeling pleasure quite yet. And you can do that through a whole other process, which we'll have a video on, called de-armoring. But the very gentle way to do this is through regular, very pleasure-filled, very much well lubricated yoni or pussy or vulva intravaginal massage. And you can take this finger, your G-spot is located about an inch inside your vagina, and you can take this finger and apply coconut oil or castor oil. When your body's ready, insert that finger and just gently rub along the G-spot and feel what you feel. Sometimes you can just hold right against it and start to notice how your body responds to touch. Does sensation start to come online? Does a little bit of pleasure start to come online? Yoni massage is great because it brings that blood flow that you need to really be able to experience heightened arousal. So those are 3 keys to making G-spot orgasms possible. Remember, the first is arousal, taking all the time you need to really reach that heightened state before you even try penetration. The second is being able to relax, using your breath to spread your pleasure through your whole body and not gripping as you reach the verge of something, but letting it spread and wash over you so that you're actually expanding your capacity to feel pleasure, and you don't get into any patterns of tension. And the third is resensitizing with gentle yoni massage, with gentle G-spot massage, highly lubricated with coconut oil or castor oil or your lube of choice. See where that takes you, because intravaginal orgasms are wonderful. They're available to everyone. It just takes some learning.